And now, Suspense. Your Autolite, world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment. Autolite makes over 400 products for cars, trucks, tractors, airplanes, and boats in 20 plants from coast to coast. Autolite products include dependable stay-full batteries, battery cable, starting fuel pumps, bullseye seal beam headlights, horns, distributor caps, distributors, coils, and a complete line of ignition-engineered light spark plugs designed for every use, from the sturdy, heavy-duty sport type to the world-famous standard and resistor. Autolite serves the greatest names in the industry. So from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, Autolite and its 90,000 dealers everywhere present Suspense.
My wedding dress, mothers before me, and soon it's to be Alexis. Go and get the wedding band, Maria. And don't let it drag on the floor, do you hear? There, Taki, no one announced you. How good it is to see you.
I came as soon as I heard.
Get along, Maria.
Is it true?
She's to be at the Foreign Office at 3 o'clock. Her passport is ready.
I've done all I could to expedite it.
Why should there be so much trouble? She simply wants to join her fiancé in Sweden.
Simply, Madame Constantia. One must never use the word simply in our country. She still has to be passed by the security police.
Oh, dear Taki. Couldn't you, as a member of this horrible communist couldn't you help her to get by them?
I already have, as much as I dare. They may let her get out.
Oh, please. Please, God. You know, I don't trust anyone anymore. Not even you, old friend.
A good prescription for survival here nowadays. Trust no one. But now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see how things are going with her at the security office. Long live our leader. Excuse me, comrade.
Constantia. I've already been given permission, Your Excellency.
Final permission rests with me. The security police must pass on all travelers.
I know that, sir. What I meant to say that just now a passport has been issued to me.
Let me see it.
And you'll notice that the Swedish government has requested that you'll extend any courtesy possible to the fiancé of... It's written there.
Yes, I can read. Any courtesy possible to the fiancé of Lars Anderson?
He used to work for the Swedish Foreign Office in Budapest. I met him at a garden party.
Very romantic, I'm sure. Why should you want to marry this foreigner?
Because I love him.
What sort of a reason is that? What about your duty to the fatherland?
Well, I shall work for mutual understanding when I get abroad, Your Excellency. I shall never forget my own country.
You have all the answers? Who rehearsed you in this?
Why, no one. This is what I believe.
Well, Alexia Constantia? What have you got to say to that?
It is the wish of my country that I remain. I shall, of course, not protest.
Because it would do no good, you mean?
Because you must feel that I can be more use here than in Sweden.
The most impressive performance, Miss Constantia. So you're willing to renounce your beloved, is that it?
My country wishes it, yes.
Alexia Constantia, you're the sort of patriot we want circulating abroad. My congratulations, you've passed our test. You may go. Your passport will be delivered to your house in the morning. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Alexia, I'm here at the gate.
What are you doing here?
I've just received information that the Soviet army is about to send a great deal of new equipment into Manchuria.
What do you want me to do?
Tomorrow you leave for Sweden. You're to take a message with you.
Haven't I done enough for the underground? I'm going to Sweden to be married.
If I weren't so desperate, do you think I'd involve you? Now, here. This paper is my farewell gift to you. Memorize it, learn it by heart. It contains the name of these so-called volunteers, the number of the volunteers that are being sent into Manchuria, the number of tanks, planes, and so on. It's imperative that the forces of the United Nations know this. And there's no other way for them to get this information except through you.
Is this why you worked so hard to get me my passport?
Well, you didn't think that I was interested only in your romance, did you? I'm sorry, Alexia. This is the last service we shall demand of you.
I shall carry your message.
You'll be stopped at every frontier. I'll try to help you in every way. But you must promise to be careful.
I'll be careful. What's the matter? You worried? About me?
I'm taking a desperate chance using you. A woman in love.
Is that so desperate?
A woman in love is the most vulnerable thing alive. Forgetful, possessed by happiness, she ceases to bother about details. But for your sake, and for our sake, be careful. Learn this by heart. Then burn it. Crush the ashes. And when you get to Stockholm, to the address that's written down here, recite your lesson. What's that? I heard something.
Go. Go quickly. 350 jets. 350 tanks. 250 jets. 350 tanks.
Alexia, wake up. Your coffee. Station. Put it in her compartment. 42. She'll be there presently. Wake up, Alexia. Wake up. Your passport is here. We must be going soon.
Just a moment. I'll be there in a moment, Mama. His Excellency Leon Theotaki, please.
Oh, but you must hurry.
Hello? This is Alexia. I called to say goodbye and to tell you that your very nice farewell gift has disappeared.
Alexia, you'll be late, dear.
Yes. Can you help me? Thank you. Thank you.
Who's going to Stockholm?
Yes, to be married.
You will come along with me.
But why?
What business is it of yours?
With what papers I know, though.
Security police want to see you.
Police?
They've set up offices in the dining car. Come along.
But why?
Never mind. Do as you're told. They're waiting. Bring your luggage with you.
Young love once again. This way, please. The passenger for Sweden is here.
Alexia Constantia, are you traveling with any confidential reports, literature, surveys, graphs that might be useful to our enemy?
Just a moment, before you answer. I think you should know that the penalty for lying under this circumstance is death.
Immediate execution on the spot.
I have nothing to hide.
Good evening. This is Rex Marshall for Autolite. We'll get back to our suspense story in just a moment. While we take this brief intermission, I'd like to tell you a little story myself, if I may. It's what you might call the inside story of a spark plug, and how the spark that's produced right here by the electrical system of your automobile gives life and power to your car's engine. Incidentally, at normal driving speeds, those sparks can occur as often as 1,000 times per minute in a single spark plug. So I guess you'll agree with me that it's a mighty busy place in there. Well, let me tell you something about it. To begin with, a spark is divided into two parts. Now, from here up to here, the electrical system of your car is building up sufficient voltage to bridge the spark plug gap. When that gap is bridged and the spark occurs, combustion takes place right here. So it's the head end of this spark that actually does the useful work of firing the fuel mixture in the cylinder. Now, this part, the tail end, which oddly enough is the part that you can see and hear, is useless. In fact, it's worse than useless because this is the damaging part that burns the electrode of a spark plug and that causes radio and television interference. But with the Autolite resistor type spark plug, it's a completely different story. At an equal gap setting, the Autolite resistor spark plug fires at the same voltage. But thanks to Autolite's exclusive built-in resistor, this damaging tail end of the spark is practically eliminated. In fact, it falls away something like this as compared to an ordinary spark plug. And it's this difference that permits a wider gap setting in the Autolite resistor type spark plug, which in turn gives outstanding benefits to us motorists. Benefits such as double spark plug life, smoother engine performance, quick starts, and gas savings. And it's also that difference that gives us the benefits of practically eliminating radio and television interference. And that's particularly important when it comes to ship-to-shore communication. Well, this amazing development was brought about by Autolite ignition engineers working closely with the engineers at many of our leading car manufacturers. It was brought about after years of research and experiment. So today, the Autolite resistor type spark plug is one of the greatest advancements in spark plug design for automotive use in the past 20 years. And mind you, this is just one of a complete line of Autolite spark plugs for every use. Well, I know that you want your car to be operating in tip-top condition, so why don't you accept my invitation to visit your Autolite spark plug dealer? You'll find him wherever you see this sign, or simply call Western Union and ask for operator 25. If replacements are needed, your Autolite spark plug dealer will recommend the proper type of ignition-engineered Autolite spark plug, standard or resistor, best suited for your car and your type of driving. Remember, won't you, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, the second act of Woman in Love, starring Arnold Moss with Gabby Rogers.
Alexia Constantia, you will give the keys to your suitcase to the captain.
Just a moment. You're sure that you're carrying no information as to the placement of our troops or the troops of our allies?
How would I obtain such information, Your Excellency?
I'm not asking you that. Answer the question.
I only know about trousseau, about linen and silver, the thing that every...
I'm not interested in your personal life.
That's the only life I know, Your Excellency.
We're entering Prague, Your Excellency.
We'll be through in a moment.
You may rip my wedding dress.
Oh, nonsense. Let the captain proceed with his job.
For heaven's sake, Gulko, there's no harm in letting the girl take a wedding dress out of the suitcases. There, go ahead.
Thank you.
What's the matter? Why don't you finish looking through the suitcase?
Allow me to hold those things for you, Your Excellency.
Well, thank you. It's no effort. After all, I'm an old bachelor, you know.
Alexia Constantia, everything is clear. You may put your dress back in the suitcase, my lovely bride.
Thank you, sir. Oh, Your Excellency, do you mind if I put those things in first? I want to put my wedding dress on top so it won't wrinkle.
What is it, Your Excellency?
Nothing. May I remind you that your luggage will be examined even more carefully when you get to the next frontier. When you leave Czechoslovakia, that is.
Why not? I have nothing to hide, as you yourself just saw.
Colonel, we're behind schedule. If she's been cleared.
Yes, she's cleared.
Thank you for your help, Your Excellency.
It's always a great pleasure to help a young woman in love. Although I never trust them. Idiotic, silly women in love.
What are you writing?
Routine report.
Give it to me.
What's the meaning of this? I'm your superior officer.
Where, Your Excellency? You've been under surveillance for some time. I'm acting under orders from your own office. I'm sorry. Let me see that note.
The report. Swallowed it before I could get it.
Take him off the train. You'll have that report before you reach the next border. Stay with the bride, Captain.
Suppose you think we are going to let you get out from behind this famous iron curtain of ours?
We was cleared in Prague. My papers are in order.
What do you want to leave us for anyway, sister?
I'm going to be married.
Oh, you don't say.
Look, maybe you better just sit over there. Don't!
Listen to me.
Let me go.
Oh, so you don't like soldiers, is that it? You two get out of here.
What's the trouble here?
I'll handle this.
The security police are here. They want to examine her luggage.
Never mind. Tell them Captain Radetsky vouches for the young lady. I've already examined her luggage.
Even so, Captain, I'm
There's
afraid...
nothing incriminating in that suitcase of yours, is there?
Only my wedding dress.
See? A wedding. I want to be the first to congratulate her. You understand, comrade? See that we're not disturbed.
Now, what are you doing?
Open it up.
But why?
Open it up, I say.
No!
There, Taki said. Look in your suitcase for that farewell gift. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes. You are one of us.
Yes. Give me the key.
Look for the book.
Now, you know this all by heart.
Yes.
Taki said never trust a woman in love. How right he was. There. We're crossing over the bridge. When you reach the other side, you will be safe. I'm sure of that. But love could have been the undoing of us all, my dear young friend. When I leave the train, I shall light my pipe with this. There. We've crossed over.
Oh,
we come to the end of another story of suspense brought to you by Autolite. Tonight our story was entitled Woman in Love, starring Arnold Moss with Gabby Rogers and Barry Croker. Next week we have a distinguished cast and another story of suspense, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. But first I'd like to remind you drivers that two types of seal beam headlights have been used on all cars made since 1940. Now both are completely sealed so that it's impossible to get inside. But of course, you know, sometimes small stones kicked up from the road or other objects do break headlights. So the question for you to decide is, which type of seal beam unit do you want for your car when a replacement is needed? One that will burn out the minute the lens gets cracked or broken, as sometimes they do. Or the metal-back Autolite bullseye seal beam with the extra safety protection that it continues to function even after the lens is cracked or broken. Well, the Autolite seal beam with the exclusive bullseye lens is the newest development in night driving. It's scientifically designed to put more light on the road by concentrating the stray reflected light, just as you see being done there, and adding it to the main driving beam. So remember, won't you, next time you need a replacement, be sure to insist on the Autolite bullseye seal beam, the white, bright headlight that gives increased visibility at night and promotes greater safety on the highway. Remember, from bumper to headlight, you're always right with Autolite. Next week, our cast will feature Louis Van Rooten, Edgar Staley, and the exciting new French star Nicole Stefan in a story entitled The Old Lady of Bayou, a story well calculated to keep you in suspense. Ladies and gentlemen, United States defense bonds are as safe as your government and guaranteed against loss. They now pay 3% interest. They're available where you work or where you bank. For security for yourself, buy defense bonds now.
Exciting the Hunter on the CBS television network.